and putting their offense in a position for a quick score here.
Quincy Vaughn in, short yardage quarterback, and the Calgary Stampeders. They couldn't get it done on their first offensive possession, but again, Dave Dickinson loves the complementary football that is developing.
You see this Vaughn touchdown.
Haven't said Kevin McCall's name as of yet. He's in motion. They'll fake the end around. Kelly Boots goes underneath, and it's into the end zone. Touchdown. Sam Hicks had the fumble on his first touch of the ball game. Now he's in the end zone as the Argonauts set to tie it up with their first TD back here at home.
You're going to have one player coming back to pretend to block. You're going to have a reverse. You're going to fake the reverse. But in all that, you got a guy on the flat. Look at all those lines there. That's hard to see. I left those lines up there. You see, that's what the defense has got to fight through.
About to say this is a significantly different game than when these two teams met in week 5 because Calgary scored 58 points, but they only had 8 in the first quarter. That one is now Janarian Grant free. Runs through 2 tacklers. It's a race to the end zone. Grant wins it. Touchdown Argos.
Great. This is a good kick right over on the sideline, but the blocking on this boundary return is excellent. We pin everybody inside. We get a lead blocker on the outside to go take one-man miss in for the touchdown.
First and goal from the 6. Vernon gets to the left, escapes, has all the room in the world in front of him, and Vernon Adams Jr. had a rushing touchdown against the Argonauts in week 5. He's got another here tonight at BMO.
You can see everybody's covering, chasing people. There's nobody on this left-hand side of the field. Vernon recognized it right away. Breaks contained for the touchdown.
Just another depth player that Calgary gets to use to their advantage. Is this one thrown in behind and intercepted? Intended for Kevin Mintal, and it will be a walk into the end zone for Adrian Green, who continues to victimize the Toronto Argonauts back-to-back years.
Gets another one. We talk about years ago there was a term, Marshall, the Canadian Air Force. Well, this is the Canadian Defense Shield right here. Ben LaBrasse, Adrian Green undercuts the outbreaking route.
Confusion here getting
my Ojo, so they have Canadians at that spot. Give him an opportunity.
Lots of confusion getting lined up, but no confusion after the snap is Sam Hicks. Second touchdown of the ball game. Toronto couldn't figure out how to get themselves aligned, and it didn't matter.
It's going to be an inside zone play. I think they don't have enough guys on the field here as I look at this. But certainly bounce up, make one person miss as you wind back the tight zone play for the touchdown.
Nathan Rourke rolling to the right for Xander Horvath, who breaks a tackle and pulls his way in for the Lions touchdown. Horvath picking up from where he left off a week ago.
Also running for 161, that you've earned the right to at least start in the first series, and that's what Xander Horvath did.
Maybe not the jab, but the hook. Here we go. Jake Dolegala in short yardage, first down. And a lunges way and waiting for a signal. We got one, and a touchdown Hamilton. Jake Dolegala breaks the plane, and the Ticats are on the board.
Big drive for Harrison Frost.
Second and goal at the 5. Harrison Frost in his first CFL start. Looking to the left. Into the end zone. Touchdown! Harrison Frost. A touchdown pass is a starter, and it's Curly Gittens Jr. who hauls it in as Hamilton goes in front.
But it was 3-man pressure where Frost understands that I have a little time to allow Curly Gittens to get past that jam and get over the middle.
Not making any mistakes. Get blown by as Alexander goes back to work. On 2nd and 10, he fades to his left. DA looks into the end zone, pumps, and now he's got some room. Alexander, touchdown Alouettes.
Well, he makes the right decision to run with this football rather than trying to throw it into a crowded corner of the end zone, but it's the execution on that decision. I know I want to run to the outside, but Kenneth Logan Jr. is there. How am I going to make it?
Almost had an AJ Gas situation there on Labor Day. As now the short yardage unit plunges forward. Fabian Ento on the backside of the play. Tyrese Beverett doing everything he can to keep Fajardo out of the end zone. Get another look at it.
You'll see Fajardo's legs.
Finding creative ways to get into the end zone. Marco Dubois in motion. Now he'll protect. Davis Alexander all the time in the world looks to the back of the end zone. Tyson Philpott. TD Tyson back at it again.
Davis Alexander. They're going to make their plays over the course of the game. How about this protection? All the time in the world.
3rd and 5 for the Edmonton Elks. See if they can have a little straight fire here, get into the end zone and tie things up at the end of the first half. Fajardo over the middle, wide open. Taking a seat and taking the score. That's Joshua Cephas.
The first couple of shots here. Cody Fajardo looking for a more direct throw.
Travis Tice. Will they go back to him here from inside the 10? Alexander looks to throw to the outside. Philpott has one, and now he's got 2. Touchdown Owls!
Max protection look here from Montreal. Tight end and keep the back in. Tyson Philpott very aware where that pylon is.
At this point for Tyson Philpott, based on plays like that, is Alexander with Sneed opening the end zone. Touchdown! Alouettes as they extend their lead. 32 big ones for the major.
Absolute strike from this Alouette team that has so many ways to hurt you. Tyler Sneed.
Alexander with a deep drop as Montreal controls, and Alexander wants the home run. What a bomb to Tyson Philpott!
Absolute strike. Terrific protection, which you need on the deep routes. Allow them time to develop. And just a great adjustment to the flight of that football.
Those losses, back-to-back weeks, something they haven't experienced, is now Mack dropped into the end zone. What a throw! Cody Fajardo to Austin Mack, turning back the clock here in Montreal to their days in red, white, and blue. We get another look at the touchdown toss. Fajardo.
Austin Mack. Just.
Okay, we're good. Barry Wilson. Off to the right-hand side. The Alouettes offense continues to rack up points.
Can't give Montreal too many second chances.
Kind of a Powell takes the snap, works the way through the pocket, sidearms as he takes a hit, and right at the goal line as a flag is out. Touchdown Edmonton. Powell took a shot and delivered the football, but slow onto his feet. Paid the price.
Yeah, just waiting for something to come open, so he's not going to approach the line of scrimmage, just running laterally.
Short yardage. Bryson Barnes, a short yardage quarterback. Keep it to the right. Touchdown Ottawa. And what a change in momentum in this game, all after that roughing call when they were trying to kick it away deep in their zone.
Absolutely, Rod, and you mentioned the word reprieve. I think if you're a Redblacks fan, you got pushed back here. He kind of got bowed out, Barnes.
It's a 2nd and 1, 10 seconds. End zone, touchdown! And it's kind of fitting who gets it. The member of the Big Three who could play tonight.
You're going to see him come inside here and just run a quick slant, but once he sees his man, there's a little pressure step as he, boom, and you get that DB to kind of take that step. Trevor's going to fit it in that window.
So 5 back, 2nd and 15. The Rider 23. Mayer, deep, caught, looking for the end zone again, and the ball comes out. Trying to push it across for a touchdown. It is a Redblacks touchdown.
And Jake Mayer takes a big hit here, layers this throw. The reach does it, boom. I think he's in there. I know the ball pops out, but On 2nd and 15. Absolute strike down the middle of the field. That's in. That's in. Let's see if you guys communicate signals this week.
2nd down and 5 from the 18. That's caught and more! Touchdown! Dylan Jitte, in his first CFL start, has his first CFL touchdown.
They run a corner out here, and then you come underneath here, and you just let this thing ride. So here we go. You got Keyshawn on the corner. There's your underneath route. Trevor is unbelievable at seeing it pre-snap. Gets the ball out on time.
Short yardage rushing touchdown. He already has 8. Stevens, touchdown. Would you expect anything else? And by the way, every time he does that, the offensive line gets a box of donuts.
All this over here. Okay, boom. As soon as this ball snapped, I mean, Rod, I don't know what to tell you other than
at the 6. He's going to run. He's going to run it in. Forget short yardage. How about a 6-yard rushing touchdown for the CFL's touchdown leader?
And you have to fill the gap, but then as you see, Bertrand Hudub turns into a...
Can they get in the end zone here on the 2nd and goal? Mayer, soft toss, touchdown. Keelan White gets it.
He's going to do, though, is he's going to push up, and then he's going to stutter his feet, and then pivot up the field. So it's a too-high look.
Stevens keeps it, runs it, touchdown number 3. Tommy Stevens, another hat trick for the 2nd straight week.
You've got a receiver really tight to the line. It's physical. You got a quarterback that's big and physical that can run.
Nathan Rourke rolling to the right for Xander Horvath, who breaks a tackle and pulls his way in for the Lions touchdown. Horvath picking up from where he left off a week ago.
Also running for 161, that you've earned the right to at least start in the first series, and that's what Xander Horvath did.
Maybe not the jab, but the hook. Here we go. Jake Dolegala in short yardage, 1st down. And a lunges way and waiting for a signal. We got one, and a touchdown Hamilton. Jake Dolegala breaks the plane, and the Ticats are on the board.
Big drive for Harrison Frost.
Second and goal at the 5. Harrison Frost in his first CFL start. Looking to the left. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Harrison Frost. A touchdown pass as a starter, and it's Curly Gittens Jr. who hauls it in as Hamilton goes in front.
But it was 3-man pressure where Frost understands that I have a little time to allow Curly Gittens to get past that jam and get over the middle.
Former rushing champion. He was 3rd in rushing yardage a year ago. James Butler. The 2nd down and 3. And a little flea flicker. And Rourke unloading it from McInnes, and a flag is out, but he is taken off. Ahead of Jamal Peters. 82 yards into the end zone for a Lions touchdown. And we did see a flag come out right at the point where he caught the ball.
Sure, if this was going to be offensive pass interference or defensive, it was Justin McInnes working with Jamal Peters down the sideline, and McInnes wanted to cut across his face, get inside, which he accomplished, and then
James Butler, Horvath in again. Short yardage offense. Leaps over and gets into the end zone, and another touchdown for Xander Horvath.
Alive with that 3rd and 1. Decides to go over the top here again off that left side.
Dolegala looking for his 2nd touchdown of the day, and he's got it. Boy, things changed in a hurry for the Ticats again.
And then get their opportunity. The turnover, everybody gets that lift.